Hello everybody, welcome to the Forensic Healing webinar where you can ask me anything and post questions, although I may miss some if you haven't already posted them under this webinar. But I'm going to open it up at the end of the webinar to heal somebody. So if there's somebody that requires a healing, you can post it, your request on this webinar, and I'll do it at the end. We'll invite you on. We'll do this live thing here. Okay. Now, Forensic Healing webinar, this is about energy, laws, the law and effect of energy. Everything has an effect. Everything has a law. Life is a science. And Forensic Healing is about unwinding it. Now look, Forensic Healing, we're all unwinding life. Forensic Healing is the actual tool that can help you get there quite fast because it reads the energy fields and identifies, why you have what you have. However, you can already just use logic, use science to find out why your life is the way it is. Now, I'm going to get straight into the first question, which was a really interesting question from Fiona. Because she said, I have a question surrounding trust and surrender versus giving away power. In the last webinar, you talked about trusting yourself for answers and to not give away your power to the FH system to answer. Okay, so I would have said, just because you're muscle testing doesn't mean that the answer is correct, because it has to be a congruent answer. It has to be, Forensic Healing teaches you not just to muscle test, which is biofeedback, but you need to feel it holistically, because it's a bit like saying, I'm going to give you an answer to something, someone else will give you the answer, but you're not feeling it. Now, okay, so that's what I said. I think the example was if I should go into business with a certain person, and if one trusts too much, giving away their power, then one will be given the wrong answers to learn the lesson. Okay, so I think she's saying if she asks, she'll get the wrong lessons. We are being tested all the time, question mark. Would one be giving away one's power versus trusting and surrendering to higher powers? This trust versus self-empowerment came up for me personally with a FH self-healing, just as you did the last webinar, and I am still looking for answers that I trust. Okay, I'm going to give you this is about life. Because it's very hard to find truth, isn't it? It's very hard to really know what's correct and what's not. There's a lot of information out there, and then you get some things are true and some things are not. This is how I now function. Like, even anyone that tells me anything, even if they're an expert, because I've realized that, not to trust anybody until I feel the answer. Like, they'll tell me something, and it happens a little bit. I'll get told something, but I won't believe it until I have this feeling in my body that it is correct. And I'm looking for evidence to prove that my feelings are correct. So the Forensic Healing system isn't there to tell you what to do. It's there to undo why you can't feel what to do. So it's like, if you can't feel truth, if you can't feel someone's integrity, if you can't feel all of that, which is most of the population, so don't worry, then the Forensic Healing will undo to connect you. It's actually a process of getting you empowered and connecting. And many things. In fact, I've written down here, because my new book will be the laws, what is it called? The laws and effects of energy. And how do you know what something means? How do you know, like, let's say you were in a car accident or whatever happens, all your blocks occur. How do you make sense? What does it mean? Well, I've kind of written down some categories so that when the book does come out, that you can kind of like check off what it might be. And I've written down some of the reasons you'll get stuff thrown at you. Now, one, okay, is a common one, is just karma. Like, karmically, some people are really, really negative and stuff. Well, that's law of attraction, right? Negative attracts negative. And if they're angry, they're throwing anger at someone else. That's bad karma. So you've got karma, your first one. Second is your patterns and your programs. you might have a pattern of, and I realized this one for me, this is one that was just an epiphany for me in the last couple of months, that when I was sexually abused, I'm in bed. Okay. So I'm in bed and it's supposed to be at home. You're supposed to feel safe. You're supposed to feel secure. And then my father violates that. So my safety, then is violated, and I have a new program that once you're safe, that it all goes wrong. You get violated. And I noticed this pattern that it's like, I'm safe. It's all going well. And then crash. I become vulnerable. And I've realized here is my pattern that when when I think it's all good. And then it's just things get taken from beneath me. And I've done this time and time again. So, this is about looking at what your pattern is and how come you are creating the same old pattern. What have you learnt in childhood? Then you've got growth. Now, there are other things, sometimes things are for our growth, but generally, I would say everything showing up is still a science and it's still for you to grow. Emotions, all right, if you feel like a victim, well, pretty much you'll get that back. Your emotions are pulling to you exactly what you're feeling, so you may not be aware of what you're saying, what you're feeling. You've got contracts. Well, this is where it's kind of, you feel like it's beyond your control. Some people are kind of like contracted for martyrdom and service and sacrifice because they've had past life stuff of nunnery or you're religious and you sign up to follow Jesus and all this kind of stuff, or you make a vow with someone in a past life, or even you go, we'll take care of them. And for instance, the Mormons get married for time and eternity, so that's forever. You've got self-worth. If you have low self-worth, it's going to reflect in many ways. All right. Then we've got reconnecting your soul. Because if your soul is shattered, if you're internally not whole and complete, then outwardly it shows like your life doesn't feel incomplete. There's like lacking certain aspects. That is because internally you still have some areas that need making whole. So that's kind of like I've been thinking about what to put and how to help people identify what the universe is saying to you, and how to read the messages. And so think of it this way. Let's say I came along and I took a jar and I grabbed your energy, right? Put the lid on and I go take it to the science, go get the science people to go and put what's in your energy in a physical form. What are they going to create? If I go so everything that you feel and your past experiences and everything will be created. Now, if you've had childhood abuse and all that kind of stuff and you haven't rectified, well, it will show up in that energy. It just shows, So that's kind of an interesting way to look at what would happen if someone took your energy and created something. The problem with not being, your purpose is to connect. So Fiona, this is really what you're saying, your trust versus giving away your power. You see, when you're connected, or anyone's connected, you have power because your power is all knowing. In fact, I've come to realize my body is, I can't help it, but my body just automatically responds to people. I automatically feel everything that's in their energy field. And like it or not, and that's because I'm open and I've trained myself to connect. Therefore, it's talking to me all the time. It's telling me what's right in front of me. And therefore, that is my power, because then I can make a decision. I go, well, here, I know exactly what's going on with you because it's like feeling everything, or my body's interpreting the energy really succinctly. And in fact, another thing is that if I try and do something that is not in integrity, let's say I go, well, I think I'll do business like you wanted to do business. I'll do business with that person. Everything goes wrong. It is so clear. You do have all those signs, but it's about sharpening up. So Fiona, yours is about sharpening up and putting yourself first again to say, I want to know what the message is and I want to feel it, and it will emotionally feel right, spiritually feel right, And, in theory, it'll be all on paper. It will look good. Everything will line up. That's that answer. All right. So then, okay. So Sarah, you're asking about someone's got depression. Well, I've suffered from that, and depression is often a suppression of pain and hurt and abuse. So with the protocol, all you need to do is, before you start the forensic healing protocol, you just say, well, we want to address this person's suppression. Then the protocol will tell you all the information about them. It will tell you what healing pathway they need. It will guide you. So whatever intention you start with, then all the information and which healing pathway to use will show up. You don't really have to know. You don't have to ask that question with forensic healing. What do I do for this? What do I do for that? Because energetically, you'll be given with biofeedback using your body for the shift or your muscle testing to say, do that healing for them. And sometimes they don't always make sense. I've done stuff and it doesn't always make sense, but I just go, well, I'm going to trust it. And I will say, though, when I do test stuff, and if I go, well, I got that answer, but it doesn't kind of make sense to me, I'll go back and I'll double check things. It's not like I'm blind. I don't go on blind faith. I just go, let me just feel this. Let me just retest this. Let me just make sense. Or if I'm not getting it, is that person on the table trying to not be shown not let the truth be shown because of the pain? All of these things are always going through my head. Is it there's it them? Is it me? Is it my block? So, that's kind of how I look at, when I'm working with someone. But you don't have to worry about what to do for any condition or anything. We heal environments, we heal children, animals, people, men, women, whatever condition that's got an energy. So forensic healing will address it. Even the businesses, like you can shift your business. And lovely Lois made a nice little compliment. Thank you for all that. Yeah, so thank you for mentioning all that. So you really don't have a question. You've just kind of said hi there. Yeah. Oh yes. And then there's Ancha made a comment about the 2-cup method for quantum jumping, and she's combined that with this quantum jump protocol that I've created. Now, the quantum jump protocol, just for those that are listening, isn't officially out. Why isn't it officially out? Because I'm still, engineering it. I'm still creating it, and I'm still tweaking it, which I've tweaked already. I've added some gene sequences, because in our body, we turn on and off gene sequences. Our environment, if it's stressful, can turn on a negative gene sequence. So all this kind of thing. And the other thing is I've got a disclaimer in there, and you can pre-test before you do it, which I do, because I'll do it with my clients, and I'll say, well, okay, you will quantum jump. You want a quantum jump? Sure. However, it is showing me that we quantum jump, shits might hit the fan. I don't want to say it will. I just like to go, well, it's just showing me that you need to be aware of your patterns, because for you to quantum jump, you want self-love. Like, this is one of my clients. He wanted self-love, and he often gets caught up in not showing the self-love for himself, and therefore he doesn't show it to his family. I say, you've got to be prepared that when you have to go through an experience that's difficult, and you're going through, a dark night of soul, it actually frees you. It pushes you. It actually can be such an amazing gift. Well, it will show that up for you then to be free, because this quantum jump will go, well, you want to be free, but your energy's still not aligned. I can take you there, but it goes it can go to a dip before it goes to that huge place. All right. Okay. So the 2-cup method. Yeah. I like the word 2-cup method is where you drink a cup of water. And then you say, that's what is. You drink this cup of water, and then you have a second cup, which is supposed to be a second empty cup. So you fill the cup of water, and that is what is. And then you pour this water into your second cup, which is signifies the quantum jump of what you want. So you actually are tipping out what is into what you want, and then you drink it. Well, anything that's a ritual, anything that has this extra, formality, which is why people do ritual stuff to bind souls and stuff like that. Well, to do a ritual to reverse it is really powerful. It'll add to the power exactly in that quantum jump 2-cup method. I'm actually incorporating in. I do a program called PTP. I only have my last PTP is in September for a small group of people. They come to my house and we're going to be doing that. Just to go out with a bit of a bang, hey? All right. Let me just see do we have anybody that wants a healing? So that's my question. So I can invite you on. Let's see what Lauren says. All right, let me just see. Do we have anybody
I'm replaying myself.
Wants a healing? So
Took
that's
myself
my
off there.
question. So, okay, what would that be? How are you? How do you feel August will be? August, as in the month. Well, Linda, August is actually, where are we on? We're at the end. We're in August. Or for us, I think we're in August. Yep, July, August. Well, it's been difficult. The actual year has been super difficult, so showing everyone what their patterns are. It's revealing what's contained in the energy field. Now, those that have actually done some work, those that have done some shifts, will go smooth sailing. It will be smoother for a lot of people, but you really need to look at your life and look at all these blocks and say, well, what are they? Because the universe just matches your energy. And if you want August should be better. I can't guarantee, everyone I know other planets are aligning for a lot smoother transition for August. I know it's kind of like I'm at a place of nice surrender. I'm at a place where I'm totally surrendering to no more. Whatever happens. I've got my message. I get my message. I go, the universe is saying to me, because it kicks my butt, says to me to change and do this and change in that way and change in many ways. And I go, okay, I've got it. I'm fortunate that I keep asking universe, what are you saying to me? So if you can keep doing that, what do you say to me, universe? And go, okay, universe, say, got it. Don't need to kick my ass. And you don't need to send over a 10-ton truck to knock me over so I get this message. Got it? Yes. So there you go, Linda. Now let's have a look down here. Oh, great. So my computer has got a little bit chopped up here. I can look at what you say here. Hi, Perry. Can you please repost this? Yes, I will be reposting it. And Sarah. All right, look, I'll bring you Sarah. Let's bring you on. Invite you on. Okay. My viewers. Hopefully you're still there, Sarah. Okay, so maybe I don't know how to approve. Well, all right, well, you're up there. Okay, come on, Laurie, let's do you. It's sort of a bit like, all meant to be. So we've got Laurie. And then someone's saying they struggle with the muscle testing. Well, that's got. I'll talk about that in a moment after Laurie comes on. But muscle testing is a form of kinesiology, and it's very scientific, very mechanical. You need to feel it more with your body. Hey, Laurie, is that right?
Hi.
Hello. Well,
Hi.
So you popped up somewhere. Oh, good. So tell me about you, Laurie. What's going on with you that you need shifting?
I need shifting with, finance and
right. So
financial
shifting with finance. Yeah. Okay. So do you want me?
Yes.
Okay. Can I just tell you where it's coming from and then get you where you need to focus and shift this energy? Would you like to know that?
I'm sorry, you broke up. What? Can you repeat that?
Oh, would you like me to tell you where your financial struggle is embedded? Where, in what age,
Yeah.
and what happened to you? Okay, because that's the energy we've got to get out. Because that's all right. So I'll do it. So I'm going to go back to your child. So 20, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 6. So go to age 6. What do you know what was happening in your life at age 6? What were your stresses?
My stresses were my parents split up.
Okay. And was your mum then financially, was it more difficult financially for your mum?
Well, my mom left, and it was financially difficult for my father to raise 4 children alone.
Oh, okay. Well, this is embedded in your energy field, the struggle. That life is a struggle, that life is difficult. And so that's a time where it increased, like it made it even more difficult. But it's important energy that's gone and been imprinted in your energy field. Do you remember how you were feeling back then?
I think maybe disloyal to my father because I wanted my mother around.
Right. So there's also conflict for you.
Yes.
There's in your energy field, feel conflicted about, you know, it's natural that a child will miss their mother and not able to express that, but don't want to betray your dad. Your mum's, in your eyes as a child, you're saying, I'm not good enough. My mum's left me. That's what you will say.
Yeah.
What did I do wrong?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm sorry that you experienced that, Laurie, because that little girl did not deserve to experience that hardship in that way, that she deserved to know that she's loved and she's amazing and that she's worthy and that it's not her fault. And I'm sorry. And that she deserves like safety in abundance and safety in love, and to know that people are there for her. Take a deep breath in. So, Laurie, this whole 6-year-old is your still energy's still caught up in that because it's your blueprint. It's like no matter what you do in adulthood, it's kind of like your energy of that. That's kind of it's the blueprint. So we've actually got to redo the blueprint. Have you got a relationship with your mum today?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Do you have a relationship with your mother today?
No, my mother passed away, and it was never a mother-daughter relationship. It was more of a friend.
Okay. And so that's like, so you never really got that nurturing. You sort of had a friend. You didn't have...
Exactly. I actually I still feel abandoned. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Yeah.
I still do.
Yeah. And this is where you've got to redo this little girl. I would highly recommend that you create a vision board of that little girl at 6 when your mum left, and I want you to write words that she needed to hear. I want you to put in the pictures of the safety and security and her being loved, that little girl being loved, and telling her that she's adored, and reversing these imprints, because your life today and the struggle with your life is still reflecting that little girl.
Yeah, I believe that.
And to shift you feeling abandoned and shift, you know, when you heal yourself, and it's probably like part of you went. So if you're okay, I'll do a return of fragments. It's almost like part of you left. Okay. And then would you like that? Like it's like part of you gets shattered, your soul gets shattered. Like, so we'll do that. Is that all right? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel energy?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so just take a nice deep breath. Let's go back to that little girl. Let's go back to that moment when her life was kind of torn apart at age 6, and she kind of went in shock, and the struggle began. Let's go back to that moment to complete her and to bring back her fragments. I, Marisa, call upon the shamanic healers and the ancestors to return the missing soul fragments to Laurie that occurred in that at age 6, in the trauma of losing a mother and the trauma of the hardships that occurred. Imagine seeing and feeling your soul fragments return to you in white, heal and light, purify and wash over your entire being. Imagine the feeling of peace and love come over yourself. Allow yourself to return back to wholeness. and completeness.
Thank you.
When we bring you to whole, and it's got to be done in our mind as the little girl, then that's the foundation you stand on, and you watch everything becomes whole. And you watch what you have now and go, oh, I can see I'm still doing that age. I'm still feeling the struggle. I'm still feeling abandoned. And I've got to get you to say, I am supported, and find ways to look at ways you'll get supported, because you're still saying, oh, I'm abandoned. Here we go. That's what you continually, and you'll see what is instead of shifting it.
Okay.
So
I'm supported. Yes,
but I want you to look for it. Like right now, I'm supporting you. See, the universe loves you. Like of all the people I could have picked, you're the girl.
Yeah, the universe loves me. I'm supported.
Exactly, and it does. You're a beautiful, kind soul. Like you deserve everything, Laurie. Everything. You're like you shine bright like a diamond, and bless you. And it does love you. And now we're going to find all the ways it loves you, and it'll just keep showing. And then after a while, you'll be saying, "Oh, I'm so loved. I'm so supported." And then the energy of everything. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I'm supported. I'm loved. I am supported.
Yeah, so how did you feel through that healing process?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
How did you feel through this little healing process we did?
I feel better. I feel maybe a weight is coming off, a weight of, I don't know, guilt, and a weight of like an anchor. It's setting. It's
cool. Great. I'm just trying to turn this off. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, bless you for, participating. And
thank you so much.
You're welcome, lovely. And open your hands. The universe is there to give to you.
Thank you. Blessings to you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to continue by Laurie. I'm going to continue just to answer a couple more questions. If I can find them. Someone said about the muscle testing, and I think I kind of answered the findings. And notice of the completion of a corona investigation, Dad's death. Jesus, really, this time is finalized with the litigation. Still waiting. So he's still waiting. Waiting. Yes. We got to shift our energy. If we're still feeling like you're in a waiting process, don't look at what is. Go to what you want. It's like this is your spiritual growth. Okay, this is it. Don't put energy on it. Go, okay, I acknowledge that. I need to move my energy above. I need to raise. And it's that you grow your soul. It's that you free yourself, because fears and worries and stresses are wasted energy and bring to you exactly where you put the energy on. All right, guys. I think, can't wait. Yes, quantum jumps is, it's pretty crazy, that quantum jump. So I just want to make sure. Okay, guys. All right. So take a nice deep breath in. Let's wind this up. So anything that you're going through at this moment, anything that feels not in integrity or feeling that's causing you worry or stress, I want you to imagine just letting it be, because you can create anything you want. And so I'm going to let it be, and I'm going to let that energy to transform into something for what you want. And decide what you want. You want to feel free. Just let it go. Like, go to worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is what? What is your worst case scenario? Go there, feel what worst case scenario is, and then let it go. And go, okay, it can't be that bad. You know what? I tell you what changed me when I saw I put everything in perspective. I saw a little girl in a picture in a war-torn country, a black little girl, about 2 or 3. She had no clothes on. It was like chaos. And this missionary was holding a bottle of water, getting her a drink. And I go, how blessed am I? Everything is a blessing. So when I want to benchmark, when I should worry, I go to that little image and I go, It can't be that bad. I am so blessed and I find the blessings. So just release it. It's no use fearing. And then what will you do? If you release your fears, you create a better future, a better humanity, because whatever's in your energy field, you reproduce and attract to you. So if we're feeling whole and happy and free, we are recreating the humanity. So we've got to release inhumanity in us. All right. So I can't remember where I was up to. Oh yeah. So that was just to finalize this video. So take a deep breath in and release out. And thank you for being part of this journey with me. Thank you for sending your love, and I send it back 100-fold blessings and love always. Thank you.